Hey everybody, this is Larry, this is me going with Q1 of the bi-weekly contest 159, minimum adjacent swaps to alternate parity. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me in Discord, let me know what you think about this one. Honestly, I thought this was a very tricky Q1. I mean, I think some parts of it was that I limited myself in the way that I was thinking usually for Q1 because I just expect it to be a little bit easier. Not to say that it makes it easy, it's just that the way that I end up doing it is with sorted list. And there's really not, the thing that we're trying to do, of course, is that n is very big. I think if n is not that big, then you can imagine doing insertion sort, right? An insertion sort is basically the idea that, okay, now in a greedy way, let's say I'm looking for 0. Let me find the next 0 and then swap it to the front. And then you have to count the number of things that swap. And then now we look at the next 1 and then swap it to the front. Next 0, swap it for the front, and so forth, right? And in that logic, in that way, it's going to be n squared, right? So the algo, the idea is, I want to say easy, but not in n log n, which is what you have to do for this particular problem. The way that I did it is kind of wonky. I don't know that I recommend it, but I will go over it. But yeah, so as long as you're able to do it in n log n, it is fine. And basically the way that I thought about it is that, well, the first digit could either be a 0 or 1. Hopefully that makes sense, because yeah, in terms of odds and evens, right? So 1 is odd, 0 is even. And also, just to kind of go back a little bit, I convert everything to zeros and ones because that's all that matters, right? So then now we have this, and then we have a function that gives us the starting number. And the way that I just keep track of it is by using a sorted list. I also use queues to kind of keep track of where the next, where the next 0 and next 1 is. And that's it. It's a lot of bookkeeping from that, and maybe this is more of an implementation detail. But the way that I thought about it is I ask myself every part of the way of, okay, what do I need? And that's how I end up with sorted list. I have 2 queues, one for odd and one for even, and this allows me to get the minimum element that is either 0 or 1, right? Odd or even min, and in alternating fashion, we go from odd and evens to odd, and then we get the smallest number, right? So okay, so let me actually write some comments down, right? So okay, for each number we get the, I say smallest number, but I meant like earliest index, because we keep track of only the indexes, right? Is what we did here, and we also keep track of it in a sorted list. Get the earliest index of this parity, and then we move it from sorted list. And then now we just get how many numbers do we have to jump. And that's just how many numbers that are smaller than it, right? Meaning if you have index 5, it's just next one, but you have to jump over index 4 and 2, then that's only 2, right? So that's basically what this meant. And then we kind of flip to the other parity. And that's it. Yeah. That is pretty much it. And this is the whole function for getting it for a beginning 0 or 1. And you can see that, yeah, we do a min. And if it's infinity, we turn -1. Otherwise, we turn R as the min, right? And that's it. What's the complexity here, right? Well, we call this function twice, so this function matters. Of course, we have a sorted list, and for each item we add it and we move it from the sorted list, so it's gonna be n log n in total. This is also, this is n, and this is also log n anyway, so a lot of n log n in total places, but it is n log n, and that is gonna be fast enough. And that's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. It's a little bit tricky for sure. I think it's not difficult to get the idea, but it's also very easy to mess up the idea and in implementation. So there we go. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and you can watch me solve it live during the virtual contest next. Okay, let's actually start. A lot of loading here. Maybe I should restart my computer. Okay. That's a weird problem. I mean, swapping is fine, right? So it's just going from left to right, I guess. Maybe. I mean, the math is not that bad, but it is still very awkward. I think it's like an n square thing, right? Oh no, it's an int. Did I have it's a mod? 10 to the 5th square over 2, maybe? No. Okay. Minimum. I mean, it is definitely just like a awkward bubble sort, but okay. I guess that's the way I would think about it. Okay, so well, let's convert it first. And only 2 ways to do it, right? This is a very awkward one. Man, I feel like I should. It's few standard, but not really, I guess. But okay. I mean, there are only 2 choices, but the minimum part is the part that bugs me. Yeah, you solve 0. How many do you flip? I guess that's the question. And n is big. Why am I so awkward at this? I feel like this should not be that bad, but maybe I'm wrong. How do I do it? Keeping track with odd and evens? I'm thinking through how to do it with like keeping track of just odd numbers and even numbers, and then just count the number of swaps. But binary search. Okay, I think maybe I got it. Maybe not. I don't know. How do I want to do it? Okay, I mean, I think I was trying to do it a little bit more fundamentally, and maybe there is still a more fundamental way of doing it, but I'm just trying to try it this way. We'll see if that works. Maybe queues. Something like that. And then now we start to start, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, right. Something like that. And then now, okay, so the first one we want to go is start. Alright, so, okay. Otherwise, then now we want okay, now we have to try to find the numbers that are smaller than it, because that's the number of things you swap, maybe. This is a really awkward one. Uh, 3, 1, 0, -1. Relatively confident, but it times out, then I'll be a little bit sad. Okay, that was kind of harder than I expected for Q1. Definitely a little bit slower. I don't even know how much time I did, but 7 minutes for Q1 is a little bit slow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about today's problem, today's contest, everything in between. Stay good, stay healthy to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye bye.